Resume recording. There we go. Good evening. I'm going to start straight away because we start on time with our fun. Good evening. Welcome to the show. It is 20th of January 2019. How are you all doing? If you were on that call just now, 8 till 9, this is a perfect segue. This training tonight. So I'm going to go through Monday night training and recognition. Hope you don't mind. I'm going to keep Taylor on. I love music so much. Right. Hello. Welcome to the team, you beautiful people. Incredible call on Thursday night, everyone. Hey, five, Fiona and Danny. So incredible. Online events. Body cleanse, health coaching, DAs. Incredible DA. Nation training. Caroline and I are thinking and cogitating already on that one. Calendar. And recognition. 2 people done their DM bonus already. I think they've got AIT in mind. Woohoo! Roger Bands and my very beautiful Andrea. Well done. Top achievers. Well done, everyone. Perfect, Taylor. She's just finished. And Lucia, DM Inqual. Well done, my darling. And I think that is as far as we have got so far. So I'm going to stop sharing. And now I'm going to start my training, which is titled Our Search for Meaning, and I will explain everything. Right, the first thing I want to do is start a little bit where I was yesterday. I just want to say, could you mute out, my darling? I'll do it. There we go. Yesterday's product training was incredible in a beautiful, frosty, just north of Sanford yesterday. And I was very privileged to train on the whole ASVP, on the nutrition. And I got everyone to do this. So I want you all to imagine for a minute, you are all 100 years old, okay? And you have lived a life full out with fully to the max, literally maxed out on your life's purpose. What you came down to do in this lifetime, you have achieved, okay? You've done everything you completely wanted to do on purpose. You've been totally successful and you've done everything you could possibly have wanted to do. And I want you to think what you have done, what you've created, what you've made, where you've been, and who you've done it with, and how you've done it. Okay, I really want you to think that you are now 100 years old and you've got a life of 120% satisfaction in every dimension of your life. Okay, it's literally been incredible in terms of your achievements. Okay, so just give you a couple of minutes to actually work into that. So just jot down some notes, okay? What your house would look like, where you'd live, where you've been, what you've done. Exactly. We had some real fun with this yesterday. Okay, so this is really important to actually map this out, because it's about training your brain and your body memory to know where it's going. Okay? Exactly. Exactly. Whatever it is incredible, incredible, incredible. Your achievements that you have done. Your obituary in the paper would be like, a massive, great big section for what you have done for the world. Okay. And this is the life we are all meant to fully have lived. Okay. The purpose that we're born to do. Okay. So what you need to do is think, how did that actually happen? What were the resources that you actually needed? What were the people around you doing, and who were they? And what was your physical health and stamina to actually reach 100 and to have actually completed all your goals and all your mission? Okay, so that was probably a pretty amazing physical health wise, mental, emotional. The levels of that would be pretty impressive if you're thinking of, Ranulph Fiennes and what he has done to like travel to all the North Poles and whatever he's done, all those expeditions, all those people that run marathons, whatever it is you want to do. Exactly, Jade. What it would have taken to actually get to that point. It's incredible. It would require real stamina in every dimension, wouldn't it? I mean, you're really looking at a lot of clearing out all sorts of stuff to get there. And just like we've just been hearing from Emma and Michelle, it takes an incredible mindset, an incredible clearing out of whatever it is, which you don't even know you have a lot of the time, but you have got to clear that out to get success. You have got to clear that out to reach a goal and to get to where you need to get to. So whilst we're actually thinking about your life, where does Arbonne actually fit into your lifelong plan? You're going to get to 100, you're going to have this incredible life. Where does Arbonne actually fit in? What role has it played in this creation? What role has the nutrition played? What role has the business mindset, the community, the personal development, the growth? What has all that played in terms of you getting to being 100 and living this life? Because I don't know about you, there's no way I could do it without Arbonne. It's as simple as that, And I think sometimes it is about being very, very simple and straightforward in these circumstances. And I've read two very, very interesting books lately, which have brought me to this training, which I will tell you about at the end. Because basically we're all searching for meaning in our life. And what we've done is we've actually attracted Arbonne as a means of understanding why we're here and what we're doing. We want more, essentially. That's our quest for freedom, is our quest for meaning, is that we actually want more in our life for whatever reason, because we want more meaning. We want more of everything. When you come into and you're attracted to something like this, you've actually asked the universe, saying, is this it? There's got to be something else. There's got to be another way that I can actually create the life that I really, really want to live. And at the beginning, you're only thinking probably pretty small, but as you're in it, you get bigger and bigger with what you want to create. And so now, me even saying you are going to live to 100 and you're going to live this life is not a scary idea. I'm sure you've all got there. You've all got ideas of, and really maxed out in this whole infinity of what you're actually going to create for your life. And you wanted more money, you wanted more time, you wanted more friends, more resources, more health, more energy. You wanted all of that because you signed up. You're here for that reason. There are no coincidences. We attract things into our life because we've asked the universe for that. Okay. And this is about a mindset which you probably didn't even know you had. You're an absolutely incredible manifester because you've attracted the best freaking vehicle you can possibly imagine to get to that life. There's nothing else that will get you there. And what I always say to people, this is our best way out of Dodge, guys, because there's nothing else that's going to do it. Seriously, nothing else. And you have to get to that place to understand how magical and amazing you are to actually have even attracted it into your life in the first place. Okay, it is utterly incredible. You must really pat yourself on the back every day and go, God, I'm amazing. Oh my God, look at these amazing people. Look at all of you on here. How many people? I can't even see. 56 people on here. Attracted all that amazingness into their life. You are freaking amazing, magical, magical, magical beings. Okay, so here's the little thing on the side here. Inevitably, there are bumps along the way. Sorry, but there are. There's pain, there's trauma, there's suffering, okay? Stuff has happened to you in your life and stuff will happen, you know? We signed up for it. We signed up for the human condition, guys. We asked for this stuff to happen. Everybody, and I saw something on Facebook, which I have said to every single client in the last week. And this is what I saw on Facebook. And it says, we all have had trauma in our life and we all will have trauma in our life. And it's our responsibility to fix it. No one else's, it's our responsibility. So whatever has happened, and no one else can fix it because no one else was there, like you were there. Not even your sister or your mum or your dad. They can't fix you. You have to fix it. That's interesting, isn't it? Because I don't know about you, but there are people that I know that have had things happen, and incidentally, they're not in Arbonne, who've had things happen and they use it like their calling card, like, oh, this happened to me. And I'm not going to talk about any of those things because I don't want to trigger anyone, because they're traumatic things. And, you know, the reason I'm here is because I've had trauma. I've had massive, I see it as massive. Some people would look at that going, well, that's nothing. Guess what's happened to me? You know, this isn't about ego and us comparing and saying who's had what happen and, you know, oh, my thing's much worse than you. And, you know, I used to work with a girl that was always like that bit much, oh, well, you haven't heard what happened to me. You know, like, so I don't want to go into that. We all used to, anyway. And I just thought that was a really, you know how you just catch something in like your thread and you're like, that's brilliant. Of course, we've all got to fix it, whatever it is. And so whatever happens, and if someone's triggering you and if someone's saying something, even with their words, you've got to fix that. And I saw, again, another incredible quote from Warren Buffett. Okay. So everyone know who Warren Buffett is, the most incredible man that has had many, many multi-level businesses, online businesses. And I saw this on Facebook as well. You see amazing things. And again, you attract what you are. What you see in your feed is exactly what you need to see. Okay, so I saw this the other day. You will continue to suffer if you have an emotional reaction to everything that is said to you. The true power is sitting back and observing things with logic. True power is restraint. If words control you, that means everyone else can control you. Breathe and allow things to pass. So basically, guys, what we signed up for here is to actually learn to like just let that, you have to learn to be able to take stuff in life generally. And this is what we signed up for. We signed up for trauma. Everyone is suffering from some kind of PTSD. They really, really are. But it's all our responsibility to fix our own stuff. Okay, we have to take responsibility for that. We can't be spraying that around and, you know, making everyone else's day worse. It's not okay to do that. You have to look after your own self. You have to deal with your own SH1T. Okay, you have to. And the more you do, in spite of, that's when you get to nation. And that, when you listen to the mindset of Emma and Michelle, they shifted whatever it was, and they could see what it was that they had to overcome, and then they overcame it. And it's fascinating because it's actually very difficult to analyze like an emotional sort of steps that happen. But when you look back retrospectively, you realize how far you've come. And I tell you, when you really realize when you've really moved on is when someone does something to you that used to upset you and they do it again and you're like, can't touch me. No, 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 no. It's the most amazing feeling ever. The most amazing feeling. I love the dancing. I love you guys. So basically, we all signed up for it all, and we have to build resilience to the trauma. And we have to learn that there's meaning in there. Okay, we have to learn that there's a reason for it all happening, and we learn from it and we use it and we make it strong. You know, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's what they say, right? So, you know, I've read a book recently where real trauma has happened. I mean, like really, really horrible trauma. And when you actually look back on it, nothing is as bad as that. And it's very sobering to read. It's a very tough read. And I'll tell you what it is at the end. I literally have had to steel myself to read it. It's nothing that I would have read I couldn't have read it a few years ago. And I didn't realize how intense it was till I had it in my hands. And I'm like trying to read it whenever we're doing the Miracle Morning at crazy o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, I can't read this. And I've had to like read something really jolly and like really like empowering and then read that for 15 minutes and go back. I've had to have like a sandwich of it because it has been really intense, but so amazing and so empowering. And what you realize is Arbonne is not hard. I mean, I don't know if anyone saw Debbie Neal's post on Instagram, and she's like, you pick your hard. So, you know, and it's like this whole thing of what we have to do is rise above and see the soul in the person, not the ego. Okay, so there's only a dichotomy everywhere. There's only light and dark. There's only soul and ego, and there's only love and fear. So when you see someone showing fear by whatever they're doing, even if it's directed at you, you have to get to a place of understanding that's what they're just playing out, something that's happened to them. That's their trauma, and you can get meaning from that. And funnily enough, I'll give you an example. I was on the phone to Fiona when I was going region. Okay, it's pretty crazy for a long time, and I drove into Sainsbury's. And I was so busy talking to her that I drove over the zebra crossing, and there was a great big fat man with a trolley who reckoned he was on the zebra crossing at the time. He wasn't, because otherwise I wouldn't have gone over it. And he saw me in my car and he came over and he started to like really, really have a go at me. Okay. And Fiona could hear it. I mean, like effing and blinding and jeffing and everything at me. And I'm like sat in the car, like around the window, and I was like, right, I didn't see you on that. He said, did you say that? I was like, I didn't see you on the zebra crossing. I don't think you can have been on the zebra crossing, because I wouldn't have, you know, he hated me because I was driving a white car, and, you know, up myself and like all the rest of it. And it was quite an onslaught. I'm not joking. And I just sort of sat there. Of course, I'm sitting down, he's above me, a whole power thing, you know, and everything. And I'm sitting there going, okay. And I was like, right, I wasn't going to apologize. I'd done nothing wrong. And and then I just pulled out the window. I didn't say anything. I just was like, and Fiona went, are you all right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm all right, actually. And I was quite surprised that I was all right, because it was really, really a full-on tirade of abuse. And I really used that I was like, he's really very unwell. I mean, he had a stomach like he was like 8 or 9 months pregnant. I'm not kidding. And he was just a horrible man. And he was in a horrible mood. And he thought he was in the right, and I was a complete stupid woman in the wrong. So he just gave me it full throttle. And it's like, when you've reached the point where you are genuinely okay, that's when you know you have really done some personal development. And it is just one of those things that we have to get to a place where literally can't touch me. No. And you can't. Yeah, I was hands-free, Joe. Thanks very much for asking. So yeah, the point is that you have to choose what is hard. Okay, and I can tell you what happens in this book is proper hard. And within that, true suffering, but they managed to find meaning. They managed to find dignity in being human, even when they were very close to death and torture and horrible things. And, you know, we have to get to a place where we are mentally very, very strong, and we need to inspire, and we need to convey our meaning and our why and our mission. And again, we talked about the why just now, and we talked about our thoughts and the effect that it has on our body chemistry. And you have to get really, really, really to a place where you can understand where everything happens has meaning in there, and it's a lesson, and there's something in that, and you need time to have retrospect, and you need time to consider it. That's where meditation really comes in, and, you know, time out. You need the miracle morning to actually assimilate all of the stuff that has happened. The stuff happens every single day, you guys. And we have to find a way of finding meaning, a way of clearing and healing. So the genius bit about all of this is the 30 days is a brilliant way to start talking to people about finding meaning in their trauma in a roundabout way. Okay. So, you know, again, when I was doing this training, I'm just going to share. So in the whole bundle of the ASVP, we've got everything that's going to sort your past, your present, and your future. Okay, so the past is the body cleanse and the fiber and the digestion plus, because it's going to heal the trauma, because acidity is traumatic on the body. Yeah. And you're putting all the good bacteria back in so that you can actually heal your past, and like all, because we carry all our trauma in our body. Yeah. Any mental and emotional trauma that we've had is in the cell. And we've got 2 tennis courts worth of surface area in our gut. You know, that's how we get cravings. That's how we get allergies. It's from held in trauma in the body. Okay. So the 30 days is the most incredible program to actually help people heal their trauma, to find meaning and find what has happened. So, you know, we need to clear out the past, because we didn't realize it, but, you know, our parents and our culture and our way we were brought up at home and everything has taught us like really bad habits, probably a lot of beige food, you know, and all of that jazz. We need to clear out all of that. Okay. And we need to heal our present. We need to be able to lead a very, very busy, active life at the same time. So we need all the digestion paths and everything to heal the gut, right, and actually digest everything we've eaten and absorb it all. We need energy for our day, okay, and we need the protein, which we get from physics, and we need protein to build strong and give us the energy to carry on and curb our cravings and everything. And then the future is built with all the vitamins and the supplementation and, you know, the incredible stuff that's all supplemented in the protein. And the tea does past, present and future. It does all three at once. So you're healing your past, your present and your future. And that means that everybody you meet will be in a place where they can actually deal with their trauma in a way that no other way will do that. So we're starting to get them on like a train track of healing. And that's why the groups are really important, to support people and hold people through the mental and emotional shifts that they're going to happen, that they're going to have during that phase. And that's why you all need to be doing the 30 days, like at least 90 days, like Tanda talks about it, because you need to be ahead of everyone you're helping, because you can't help anyone. You only are able to help people any further than you have done yourself. You know, we have to walk the walk and talk the talk. So if you want your Arbonne business to fly and your own personal healing and trauma to become meaning, you have to do work on yourself. And we have the best program to do that. I mean, you know, and you get paid at the same time. I mean, it's literally genius. So you just literally do it as well, and you work as well with it. And it's the only way you can help people, by genuinely helping people. So when you're talking to people, because you can see from people's body what trauma they're carrying around, right? You can see, it's out there to see. You can see from their skin, their weight, how they are, how they carry themselves, how they're carrying their trauma. You can see all of that. It's literally written all over them. And how they shine out, how their soul shines out or not, is a real reveal. So, you know, you become very observant about what is going on and how they are. I mean, like the man on the red zebra crossing, very unwell, you know, and you just can look at him and think, your life is nowhere near my life. That's as simple as that. And I feel sorry for you. I really do. And that's fine. You know, it's not about ego. It's not about superiority. You know, you have to have compassion here and understand that people's trauma is literally up there for all to see. And what we can do is help people start to build a life through their trauma to meaning, and help them with their dreams and help them with going forward. And the more you can do that, and the more you can connect, and the more you relate, the more they're likely going to join what you're doing. The more they're going to want to be around you. The more they're going to want to share and hang around your vibe. You know, happy people are the people everyone wants on their team, right? Everybody wants the fun people on their team. The more happy and vibey you are, the more you're going to attract, you know, more and more and more people. So the point is that on that call before, we were talking a lot about mindset. We're talking about, you know, every cell is containing your thoughts, and becoming really, really mindful about the mental and the emotional that is going on. But the start point has always got to be a physical thing with Arbonne, because that's what we're selling, you know, in the first place. And once people are hooked in and they get the whole mind, body, spirit connection, they get all that link and what it's going to do for their life. They actually can access their dreams if they're clearer, if the vehicle is clearer and they're moving towards and they're making progress. You become a walking, talking advert for, you know, dealing with trauma and finding meaning in your life. People want to hang around you, and I want to be on that team because she's kind of moving forward in a way that I want to move forward, and they want to be around you and they want to have that vibe. And you know, if something does happen, okay, that is like not that great, whatever happens, you know, the thing you can always do is go back to the serenity prayer, which I find I'm quoting like all the time, which is, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So the only thing you can change is yourself. And that's what, again, one of the things I actually said to somebody today, what I love most about Arbonne is I'm not responsible for anyone in my team, like I was like in corporate and everything else. Everyone is responsible for their own business. All you can do, I'm not here to like say, come on, do it this way, do it this way. However anyone wants to do it is up to them. But the most important thing is you lead from the front, okay? You are the best person on your team and you're showing them what to do. You're stepping up, you're doing stuff on your page, you are doing lives, you are doing You are living, walking the talk. You're posting every day. You're doing inspiration. You're doing the miracle morning. If you're doing it all, you attract it all. And, you know, all you can do is work on yourself. The harder you work on yourself, the harder you go in, the harder you focus, the harder you find meaning in all the trauma that you have had. And what an amazing gift it is when you have actually healed your own trauma. What a gift it is. And what a place of freedom. Because in every moment you can enjoy everything that is going on. You can actually enjoy what's going on. How amazing. Even when it's not going easy, should we say. It's all still moving forward in a way that it would never have done if you weren't doing this. And it helps them take responsibility for what is going. Because the point is that all the medical profession, everyone else, does not enable people. It doesn't give them responsibility. It just says, you need to do this. And it's constantly telling them, we're helping them listen to their body. We're helping them tune in to what is going on, helping them to tune into their heart and their gut and listen to that. What a gift we have given them. You know, no one understands, you know, mind, body, spirit connection until they start doing something like this. You know, yoga teaches you union. Yoga I've done for 25, 30 years now. I can't remember every week. And that was the beginning of the journey, mind, body, spirit. But it doesn't give you the anchors to stay on every single day, because it's in every choice that you make. Everything you eat and drink is keeping you either on the straight or on the offside, you know, and each moment you can make a choice towards meaning rather than towards trauma, rather than light towards dark, love towards fear, you know, every moment. So when you feel empowered to do that, your life completely changes, right? You have an amazing time and you choose everything that's going on and you embrace everything that's happening. And they're all moving forward as well. So if you think back to your 100-year-old life, you know, when you're 100 and you have achieved everything, that's because you have created meaning. Okay, you've created and healed and cleared your trauma, and you've created meaning probably for many, many others. It'd be difficult to imagine how you would have got to that point without helping many, many others. And that's why you're here, is to create meaning. And I hope that that has made the connection, because when a lot of people talk about mindset and their shifts and things like that, for me, that has made a huge difference to understand that that's actually what we have to do here. Is we're on a mission to find our why. We're on a mission to find our meaning, and it has to be as deep as and as personal, and it's evolving every day. And that's how we can start conversations, because we've got the best way to actually help other people find meaning. You know, this is not about a little extra thing that is going to be going on. It's as deep and as in, you know, when you get to those conversations with people, that's when they start to understand how incredible this vehicle is for really, really changing your life and understanding so much of everything that's going on out there. That's it. That's my training. The two books that, oh, thank you. The two books that I have read, I started with this before Christmas, Start With Why, Simon Sinek, which is amazing. I'm also into marketing and brands, and he talks about the Apple and how it's managed to stick to its why the whole time, and, you know, iPhone, iPod, iTunes, and enabled the individual to actually have power, which, you know, have it in the palm of their hand. And oh my God, have we got the epitome of that in our life. And then in this book, he says everyone needs to read this book, which I got, which is Man's Search for Meaning, by a man called Viktor Frankl, who was a he came from Vienna, as a Jew, and he went to Auschwitz. So you can probably, and funnily enough, it's Memorial Day on Monday. I saw in my diary on Monday for Auschwitz. So the first half is pretty gritty. I'm not going to pull any punches. But then the second half is about a therapy which he has evolved. A very clever man who became a psychotherapist. He was already a medical doctor before he went, but he has actually created his own psychotherapy. Utterly incredible man, and so happy he survived. You know, they're like this close to death, you know, for years when they're in those camps. So yeah, it's really, really brutal. What can happen must never, ever happen ever again. And, you know, that's what we need to do, is because actually people put themselves in prisons. You don't realize emotional and mental prisons so much of the time, and live by their trauma. And, you know, we have to give people meaning. We have to help people out of that. And that's what we're dealing with as a fallout from the war, is my interpretation of it all. So I really hope that's helped you, and thank you so much. It's such a privilege and an honor to train on this Nation Call, and I love you all so much because you're all here on this journey to create meaning and to grow and to flourish, and I really am grateful I found such an amazing place to do that. It's such a safe place as well, and to share, and you know, you realize we have such a high vibe, and I love you guys. Any questions? Oh, you're so welcome, everybody.
That was amazing, Nikki. No questions, but it was so good.
Oh, thank you so much. I love you guys so much. So yeah, thank you so much. So find meaning with your clients, essentially, and help them. It's a bridge to helping them start their life. And you know, we're so lucky to have what we have. There's nothing else that will do what they need. So lucky, aren't we? And that's it. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Gazban, thank you so much. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Good night. Do we have an after party? I don't know. What do we do? If you want to, we can. Stop the recording.